The feeling in Fishers has never been better for the Indy Ignite. 6 straight wins and a 12-2 record halfway through the season. This dominance for Indy, it is uncommon, but the Ignite have burned through the balance of Major League Volleyball. Still, that parity, it poses a real threat night after night. Tonight, it is the Grand Rapids Rise in town after they beat Omaha up in Michigan yesterday. Indy at the top, 3 ahead in the loss column of Dallas, the second place team in the standings. It is great to have you with us. Jack Kaiser alongside Emily Eamon. Very different prep times for this one. Indy has had a week to get ready. Grand Rapids, 22 hours.
With Indy's week off, they need to look rested and not rusty. For Grand Rapids, yeah, they got in at 3 a.m. last night, but they're coming off one of the best performances of the year with a 4-set win over Omaha. The question tonight is going to be, do they look fatigued or are they able to throw some punches? Because this game might come down to who starts off more aggressive.
Going to be fascinating to follow that in the first set. Big news for Indy. Their all-star, their power hitter, Ajani Teeler, she is back from injury.
It is massive to have Ajani Teeler back in her first start from injury that kept her out or limited for the past 3 weeks. Teeler's the most productive piece to the most productive offense in MLV. Having Teeler back provides even more stability to an already consistent team. Teeler's known for power and the pop that she puts on the ball, but watch her attacks from the back row tonight because that's been a big area of focus for her in the Ignite.
Indy's going to need her tonight against one of the best blocks in the league. They were the best last year. Grand Rapids, their block at the net has been tremendous again.
And to combat Indy's dominant offense, Grand Rapids has to be good blocking tonight. Over the past 3 matches, their block has only gotten more and more stifling. The pins do a great job of setting it up, and the middle has covered ground so well to close it. The Ignite's attackers tonight have to swing high and really go for edges.
Grand Rapids outblocked Omaha 15-3 last night. It's a different Grand Rapids team that Lauren Bertolacci and Indy will be seeing in the first meeting this year. A 4-set win for Indy here just about a month ago. First year for Lauren Bertolacci. She's going to be interested to see how her team reacts if Grand Rapids is in system throughout the night. Indy's been able to get teams out of system, but Grand Rapids is great in serve receive.
Especially because Grand Rapids is good in serve receive, they run lightning fast out to the pins, especially to the left sides. That's a major focus for Bertolacci and the Ignite team, is trying to find a way to knock Grand Rapids out because you take away that speed early on.
When Indy's in system, they are lethal. Kathy George certainly knows that. She's been at the helm for Grand Rapids each season in franchise history, winningest head coach in Michigan State volleyball history. Getting to coach the pro team in state as well now.
This is a gut check for Grand Rapids right now. They're coming off of a really long night. They had an awesome game against Omaha, getting a 4-set win. Their defense looked outstanding, but now it's about fighting through that fatigue and maybe tiredness and going out there and doing what they do, just going to play the game.
Hasn't affected you. You were up there last night. You're ready to go.
Took the drive down this morning. We're ready. We got high energy as the Grand Rapids Rise.
Let's rock. Carly Snyder will start it for Grand Rapids at the service line. 13 kills, 14 digs last night. Grand Rapids was awesome defensively. 5 players with double-figure digs. First swing for Indy, Anna DeBeer. And here comes the first attack for Grand Rapids. Elena Scott the dig. Lecator member Mena with the roll. She only played 1 set last match for Indy last week. A win over Omaha. And the block goes out of bounds. Point Grand Rapids.
Right away, Grand Rapids being the aggressors with the great server on the back line and Snyder.
Snyder, the #1 attack target for a second straight year for Grand Rapids. In-system Ignite. And Ajani Taylor, coming back from injury, has the kill.
Massive to have Ajani Taylor back in the lineup for Indy. This is where Indy's offense runs so well. Their fast tempo, especially when they're in system, and Tuaninga has great range.
She brings some swag. There's some. Man. Already breaking out the celly, too.
The most fun thing to watch about Indy is the celebrations that we get, especially from Taylor and especially from Tuaninga up front. Anytime there's a big play, watch them.
She did have a season-high 7 attacks last time they played Grand Rapids, as an ace starts the hot start for Indy.
The Indy is known for their really aggressive serving, and a lot of that comes from head coach Lauren Bertolacci. She has a different mindset when it comes to serving, kind of sort of taken from the men's game, that you can be as aggressive as you want because missed serves are not going to win, or they're not going to lose us games, but they could win us games.
She literally does not care about service errors. She's told us that. Cameron Turner with the set. Snyder from the back row. Quick send down, dive from Taylor. Popped up for Paige Briggs-Romine. Reaching down to Beer. Punch right back. Sent down by Muller.
That's 2 overpasses now that Indy has completely taken charge of. Grand Rapids just getting a little bit stiff in defense, forcing these overpasses.
How energetic, crisp will the defense be tonight off the short rest? 22 hours. Grand Rapids arriving at 3 a.m. in Fishers last night. Slide picked up from Muller. That was pounded off the block and down on Grand Rapids' side.
Blake Muller's doing a really good job to start off for the Ignite, moving side to side and closing all the way to the pins. That's incredibly difficult against as fast of an offense that the Rise runs.
Muller's had a really nice season. She was with Orlando a couple of years ago, second year with Indy. DeBeer off the edge of the block. Indy can't be stopped right now.
Really good defensive play on the Ignite side, getting that 2-shoot over from Turner. It's a difficult ball to defend because a lot of times you're not ready for it. Blake Muller made a big move getting a hand on that.
Already a break with Indy on top 6-1. It's a 6-0 run for the Ignite. Top of the league standings right now at 12-2. Just had a .374 hit percentage in their last match against Omaha. A record for a 4-set match. Again, when they're in system, nobody in the MLV has shown they can stop them.
What Indy thrives off of is their power and aggression, and that's really the style that Bertolacci wants this team to play with. She wants them to swing all out all the time. You rarely see tips or off speeds from any of the Ignite attackers. It is all aggression and power. That's how they've been able to overpower their opponents.
You mentioned the power, you mentioned the fearless approach at the service line. What else have you seen from Indy this year that Lauren Bertolacci has brought from a philosophy standpoint?
Yeah, well, I think their defense doesn't get talked about enough because the offense has been so good, but they're also leading the league in opponent hit percentage. So, you know, I think it's that blocking piece as well that she fine-tuned a little bit with a lot of the same pieces for this Ignite squad. That's defense has completely leveled up.
Wow, look at that from DeBeer. The elevation over the last few matches coming off the injury, different level.
It's so good, especially this connection between Tuaninga and DeBeer. It's gotten so much better as the year's gone on. Really fast tempo.
And the injury we mentioned, of course, going back to the college days with Louisville, the ankle injury in the Final Four against Pittsburgh. Is finally Grand Rapids stops the 7-0 Indy run.
I mean, think of Anna DeBeer as well. You know, last year she was never really 100%. Yeah, she was playing the second half of the season, but she was never really where she was when we saw her during her time at Louisville. Now that she's back 100%, it's a completely different game and a different Ignite team because of it.
There's the first block for Grand Rapids. We're going to need a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, Grand Rapids has to work incredibly hard on the pins to set this ball up well. And then the middle's right here. Meyer does a really nice job getting all the way out.
DeBeer stonewalled once again. Scott the cleanup, her old Louisville teammate. And DeBeer sails it.
And you're playing a really good defensive team as well. The coverage has to be that much more locked in. It's a great move from Elena Scott over on the Ignite side because Grand Rapids is going to continue to put really big hands up.
including Alyssa Jensen, who has the serve. De Beer pushing off, and down on Indy side, Grand Rapids responding with a 4-0 spurt.
The 2 blocks on the left side. Grand Rapids is playing very disciplined ball, but these are trap sets to De Beer. She has nowhere to go with them but right into the block.
See if Indy can clean that up. Sliding Muller off the block and out.
Muller's slide is so good, and the team has talked about the other middles really learning from that. You know, as a 5th-year pro, she's done a really great job teaching some of the younger middles like Kara Cressy, who was in the lineup earlier this season, about how to be a really good slide attacker.
It's the fascinating part of Major League Volleyball and professional volleyball in general. You sometimes have people in their mid-30s playing with young women right out of college. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so much fun to watch, too, because you see kind of, you know, sometimes different styles of play and just different players out on the court. I mean, in general, Indy's a pretty young team comparative to the rest of the league, and you can see a lot more, you know, aggressive mindset, as a lot of times with older players, you see a lot more finesse and ball control.
Yep, a lot of poise.
Yeah.
Taylor just brings power.
Yeah, Taylor's all power all the time. It's rare that you see Taylor have any kind of off-speed. Not only gets better when she's in the backcourt, this is something that's been a massive focus for the Ignite, getting her going and scoring back there.
One of the most powerful athletes really you'll ever see, with her vertical and that ball of muscle swing. There's some finesse. Leah Meyer, she has really stepped up. You mentioned the slide before the match, how good with that play she's been.
And Meyer's done a phenomenal job. Because Grand Rapids is without Rahman Al-Hassan, their star middle blocker, who also gets a majority of the sets in the middle. That's allowed for Leah Meyer to really step up and into a position that they're utilizing her more.
And don't forget about Lekator Member-Mena. We can talk about Taylor all we want. Member-Mena can bring it too.
It's just a 1-2 punch on the Ignite side. You have Taylor on the right side who can burn you, but then you got another powerful outside Member-Mena on the left.
She can terminate at 65 miles an hour.
That's insane.
That's terrifying. Bump set to Snyder. Nice work from De Beer. Member-Mena once again. Popped up somehow. And it's a free ball back to Indy. Tight Member-Mena. Scrappy again for Grand Rapids. Scott the dig. Reciprocated the other way by Morgan Hentz, reigning libero of the year in this league. Candela, Alonso Cortez, Scott another dig. De Beer, point Grand Rapids.
I mean, just an awesome rally and an awesome showcase of defense. This is a reason why this matchup is so fun, because you have the 2 of the best liberos in the league going at it, in Elena Scott for Indy and Morgan Hentz for Grand Rapids.
It's going to be awesome to watch these two all night. Scott is so consistent, especially in her serve receive. Morgan Hentz, she can make any play defensively.
Morgan Hentz, there's a reason why she's been playing with the national team. She's one of the best liberos in the country, and she's consistently up there with some of the best in the world. Her numbers have dipped, though, this season, and really the trade to Grand Rapids was great for her because she's in a new system, and those numbers have skyrocketed.
How about the joust from the setter at 5'8", Cameron Turner, pushing it back against Alexandra Bodazan?
Well, look, Cam Turner is only 5'8", but she plays so much bigger than that. If you look at her touch point, she's up there with the other pin attackers.
Grand Rapids making the shift to Turner as the starting setter a few matches ago. From Sage Kahaina Torres. Out of the middle, Bodazan terminates.
This was a new addition to the lineup for Bodazan, a player that hasn't seen any action since February 9th, so it's been almost a month. But this was also a player that head coach Bertolacci said she felt really strongly that she needed to get playing time because she knows depth is important and getting everyone in the game. She also said, look, if it doesn't work out, I've got great middles on the bench that I can pull in. But she trusts Bodazan so much. Put her in the starting lineup.
Bunch of experience in Italy, and there goes Taylor once again.
This is not the same Grand Rapids block that we saw last night where they put up 15 in a 4-set match. Now, that's mostly because Indy's been in system, so they've been having to chase down a lot of these fast sets.
The last time Taylor played a full match, she had 23 kills against Orlando. Back from injury tonight. Missed about a month. Got a back set right to Tuaninga. De Beer rising. Turner sets. And it goes long from Alonso Cortez.
Alonso Cortez is also a player that hasn't seen much playing time. She got inserted into their match last night. Was a little bit of a spark off the bench, but normally in that opposite position, you see Elizabeth Inna, who's coming off of injury, so maybe with a quick turnaround, just giving her time to rest.
Back in familiar ground for Alonso Cortez, playing her college ball at IU. And a scramble, two diving for it. De Beer and Tuaninga nearly collided.
That was a perfectly placed hit for Grand Rapids. This ball not quite the perfect set, but with it diving in, Paige Briggs-Romine is able to see that they have two players in a similar position, but puts it right between them.
And that was rocketed out of bounds. Again, Indy going for a 7th straight win tonight, even without Teeler, who's at the service line over the last handful of matches with injury. Snyder pounds it down for the back row.
Big swing from Carly Snyder. This is something that Grand Rapids doesn't go to too often, but when they do, it's effective because they almost always have that middle in the same zone. Makes it really tricky for the blockers.
Snyder's racked up a bunch of kills with Grand Rapids over the last 2 years. That was spiked big time by De Beer.
Beer put a little extra something on that one.
Straight down from Anna De Beer, who has been excellent the last couple of matches. Indy going for a 7th straight win, on top by 5 in set 1. You're watching Indy Ignite Volleyball, brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company, and by Samsung TV Plus, the newest partner of Major League Volleyball. We'll have several matches on Samsung TV Plus this season. Great night to grab a drink, sit courtside, check out the Ignite. Everybody's fired up to come out on a Sunday night. It has been amazing to watch what the Ignite have done from a marketing standpoint, too. And the local area just bringing all kinds of youth volleyball teams and high schools out. It's been so much fun to watch. Yeah, well, Indianapolis is such a hotbed for volleyball, especially youth volleyball. There's so many incredible clubs and great high school teams that, yeah, the Ignite have done such a phenomenal job with their outreach and getting them to come to matches. And they also got to make it a party in here. It's super fun to be a part of. Absolutely. Second year in franchise history. Lekator member Mena, and her second year has brought some fireworks in the first. All players in the front row right now for Indy look incredibly rested, and they look as powerful as ever. They're jumping as high as we always see, if not more, and they're putting a lot more power on these swings. You said right off the top, is it going to be rest or rust for Indy? Hey, like you said, they look rested. Not that Grand Rapids looks fatigued. It's about really what Indy's been doing so far. Yeah, honestly, I don't think Grand Rapids looks fatigued at all. They don't look tired. They look like they're playing hard. The defense sometimes is where you see that fatigue set in, but they're lasting through these long rallies. The ball control just isn't there right now. They're not passing well enough to have a good offense. See if that maintains throughout the rest of the match. De Beer finds the net out of the back row, 17-14 Ignite. And smart decision for Tuaninga to go with that big attack because she has a middle right in front of her. That's two attackers right there. Makes it difficult for the blockers. Just missed a little bit from De Beer. Member Mena couldn't terminate. And Snyder is just off.
Feels like anytime you're defending a Lecator Member Mena hit right now, you got to put a helmet on. It's coming that fast.
It is survival mode.
Yeah.
Again, she only played one set last match. It didn't get off to a great start, and Kayla Lund comes in and is sensational. So Lauren Bertolacci keeps her in, but that doesn't mean Lecator Member Mena is not going to respond. She has today. Right back to her. Got a dive, back to Indy side. In the middle, Bodazat, easy money for Tuaninga.
Bodazat is working so hard in transition. This was just one of the first plays that we've seen them connect, but every time the ball is back on Indy's side, she is working so hard to get off the net and be available as an option for her setter.
Playing for the first time in a month. Sliding down the line, good work from Meyer.
The slide connection has been so impressive between Turner and Meyer on this ball. Watch how fast it is. It doesn't allow the middle time to get all the way out, so she really has all options on attack. And Turner's running that from 10 feet off the net.
Very impressive. Turner's brought a spark in the center position for Grand Rapids the last few matches. Alonso Cortheas. She's had a nice presence here in the first.
It's really important for teams to have depth because you never know when injuries are going to come. It's one reason why teams have really tried out different lineups throughout the year, especially, for example, on Indy's side, because they know that they're going to have to go deep to their bench throughout the year.
Halfway through the season, got to tinker a little bit. And Bodazat has another kill.
You got to feed who's hot. It's a great set from Tuaninga going back to the middle. If she's up and working, get her the ball.
Member Mena was going for it, finds the net instead. And Indy, they've kind of had Grand Rapids at arm's length the entire set. We'll see if the rise, as Indy's into the red zone, can tighten it up. Off the chase, free ball back. And Grand Rapids capitalize. They can, out of the middle. Alyssa Jensen.
Just great execution on everything here. Perfect free ball pass from Briggs Romine leads to a great set in the middle, one-on-one.
And they played very well in a 4-set win last night against Omaha. Dig for Turner. And Indy point.
Good strong hands from Hens there, just overshot it slightly. This is where those margins are so small because yes, you want to put them on the net, but it can't be too far close to the net, otherwise it's a trap set.
And Bodazat just off, and Indy doesn't mind the service errors as long as they stay aggressive. Ignite here in set one, hitting .237, right about their season average. And too many hits on the Ignite side. Grand Rapids now within one.
All of a sudden, Grand Rapids has opened that door just a little bit more off some really good serves from Carly Snyder.
And forces Lauren Bertolacci to take a timeout.
It's been impressive what Grand Rapids has been able to do, even though their pass hasn't been good today. They're less than 30% in system, which is about half of where you want to be. And their offense is still running .235. So yes, they're not passing well, but they have a better second touch, and that's leading to better out-of-system attacking. And Indy, on the other hand, they're passing 67%.
Yep.
Grand Rapids hasn't been serving tough enough, but they're only hitting .205. So the Rise is doing a good job of defending, even in system balls, which are the hardest to defend.
We wondered how that would go tonight against a great in-system team like Indy, against a strong defensive team like Grand Rapids. That's how Grand Rapids has had to win recently, leaning into their defense.
Yeah, that's been really important for Grand Rapids because they've also been missing a lot of pieces to their front line just due to injury and illness over the last 6 weeks or so. As they've gotten them back, they've really had to rely on their defense to win.
Rise going for a third straight win tonight. And we are tied at 21. It is a 5-1 run for Grand Rapids.
Now Grand Rapids has found a way to put more pressure on the serve receive for Indy, and we'll see this sub right here. Kayla Lund, who's a phenomenal passer for the Ignite, going in to just shore up some things there. She changed the match last week against Omaha in the second set. Can she do it late in the first again? Let it go, point Indy. That was close. And sometimes it just takes that little switch and delay to stall the server a little bit more, give them a different look or something else to think about. From the middle, Taylor kept it up, 2 innings of the chase. Indy still alive. Blocked down, turn of the cleanup. Swing, Briggs, Romine, blocked but out. Great tool from Briggs Romine up front. Difficult situation to be in when you know the ball's coming to you, and so does the block, but it catches it a little bit off guard and not pressed over enough. Knotted at 22. Addie Bray serving. The rookie out of Marquette. And Grand Rapids has taken the lead. Indy's led most of the way, but a late surge for the Rise. The Rise have really woken up and come together. They've got their offense a lot better, and it's really been the serving that's been able to pick Indy apart. Service error ties it at 23. That's Grand Rapids' 4th service error of this set, and a lot of those have come late. You need to make sure you're playing aggressive in the red zone, but you also need to make sure you're keeping the ball in the court. Grand Rapids just 3-12 this year in sets decided by 2. That's what it's going to be from now on. Can they flip that narrative here in set 1 against Indy? Sent down through the block. Grand Rapids has set point. 2 big swings from Briggs Romine in massive moments. That shows you how much Cam Turner trusts her. Alonso Cortez with an ace to close the first set. Grand Rapids with a big rally on the road in the first. Off 22 hours rest, they lead it against the Ignite. Who needs a full week of rest? Grand Rapids looking good early.
Well, I'm Tongan. It's a small island in the South Pacific.
My parents, born and raised American Samoa.
More diversity on a team is just more learning and more growth.
No matter how far, we go to play our sport, no matter how far we go to do different things, that, this right here, our home, is something we always have to cater to and always have to come back to.
And it's cool because you get to see the similarities between each culture, between mine and Mia's versus, Z and Lek.
Back throw attack and kill. Leah Edmond calls. Dumped over by Kuaninga.
Diaz, Sophia Maldonado Diaz having an evening.
And she's got a whip of an arm.
Scramble from Venegas. Scott got to it somehow.
PBR scores. And what a set by Carlson.
Grand Rapids with a late rally to take set 1 against the best team in the league, Indy, on the road. Grand Rapids off 22 hours rest, busting down from Michigan last night. Their serving and then the passing late in the set, excellent.
Everything got better as the set went on for Grand Rapids. They started off a little shaky. Indy was definitely throwing the first punches, but it's about how you respond. Grand Rapids did such a good job responding to Indy's powerful swings. The defense hung in there, and the serving got better and better, which is really difficult. Indy's one of the best passing teams in the league, and Grand Rapids leveled up their serving as that set went on to put more pressure on them, and ultimately end it with an ace, too.
Yep, Alonso Cortez with the ace to close it out. Tight set, Grand Rapids won at 25-23. A 9-3 run to finish the set for the Rise. They had a 5-match losing streak earlier this season that kind of set them behind the 8 ball, but it feels like the trade for Morgan Hens, the switch to Cameron Turner at setter, they've won 2 straight and things are starting to turn around.
Yeah, having Hens out there, having Turner out there, along with most of their starting lineup back has been big. You know, they're still trying to get healthy with Al Hassan, the middle back into the lineup, but Kathy George has really settled on a group that she feels she can be confident in, that's good productively offensively, but then also the blocking has been so good and only has leveled up. When your block gets that much better, it only helps the backcourt as well.
3 blocks in the first set for Grand Rapids. Again, they outblocked Omaha 15-3 last night. Had some timely ones in the first against the Ignite. Carly Snyder, you would expect her to lead the team in kills. It's Leah Meyer with 5 kills on 6 swings for the Rise so far. Can Indy reestablish rhythm? Turn of the chase. Briggs Romine swinging deep. Bump up for Briggs Romine. No touch, it's out.
I do like the way that Briggs Romine just continues to take big rips. Earlier on in that rally, it was a really gross out of system set, and she still took a big swing on it, and that forced Indy out of system.
Gross.
It was gross. It wasn't good.
Yeah. Jack Kaiser, Emily Eamon, glad to have you with us in Indy tonight. Ignite going for a 7th straight win. What a dig for Scott. That is tight. Lekator member Mena, the awareness to push.
Really smart decision for member Mena. This ball is way too tight to the net. It's very difficult when this ball is tight and you have 2 blockers in front of you. Really smart decision, though, to go right off of it out of bounds.
Directly off the rookie, Alonso Cortez. A bullet from Tuaninga. Off the chase down from Lund. Member Mena unleashes, and it's out.
Member Mena is continuing to bring power all night long. The sets have been in good positions, and she has windows to unleash it.
Her numbers haven't been quite the same this year. Before she got injured last year, she lit the league on fire.
Yeah, she was leading the league in kills per set and points per set. It felt like everything she was doing well. Then she got injured, missed the second half of the season. And she's starting to ramp back up and really get back to where she was.
I think that's the scary thing about Indy is you see the first point for Grand Rapids and the second from Briggs Romine. It feels like everybody hasn't clicked yet, and they still lead the league. Easy send down for member Mena.
That was one thing that head coach Lauren Bertolacci talked about, was having a lot of these same pieces back, but also taking a team that was hovering around a 500 record. You know, you look back and you think, okay, this team was in the league championship. That's a great season, but she didn't feel like this team was good enough. And she looked at them and said, okay, how can I make this team better with a lot of the same pieces? I just have to trust them that I can get more out of them, which is exactly what she's done. She's taken a lot of the same pieces and got, 10, 15% better from each player.
Returned the core, some key additions. Indy has rolled to 6 straight wins. Down the line, it's wide from Lund. The go-to target in set 2 so far for Indy has been member Mena. Already 5 swings and 3 kills out of the 4 points for Indy. Bodozat has it dug out for the first time. Somehow punched back. It was around the antenna. Another big difference has been Tuaninga. Just a different style. that Sydney Hilly from last year. Both awesome, but different type of swag as well.
Yeah, great put down right there from Indy, but yeah, I mean, Sydney Hilly obviously is one of the best setters in the league.
Yeah.
She was the best setter last season. She's doing an awesome job for Omaha this year, leading that offense. But the system that Coach Bertolacci wants to run fits a style like Tuning a Better, just a little bit more flashy, a little bit faster, a little bit more range. And Bertolacci was really excited about the fact that she was bringing in a setter that fit that specific style that not only she wanted, but she thought would fit the attackers best as well.
No doubt, it has been terrific. Briggs Romine, she didn't play in the first match against Indy. She had the flu, so different look this year in the second matchup between these two. Off the Briggs Romine serve. Dig for Alonso Cortheas. Right back to her. Rising Lund off her shoulder and cannot pinball back in 3 touches.
Attackers really try to target Cam Turner. She's only 5'8", but she's a really good blocker. That's number 22 for Grand Rapids. She's shorter up front, but she puts her hands in great positions, and she's got a high vertical.
Plays bigger than her size, also awesome defensively.
Yeah.
She will rack up the digs. Ooh, look at the effort. That was Turner. Boomerangs back to Indy. To Taylor once again, 2 blocks in a row. Another one. 4. And finally Lund with determination.
If you're an attacker playing Grand Rapids, you have to be so patient out on the court. It might not be the first, second, third, fourth, might be the 5th swing before you actually get a good look on it. So you have to make sure you're staying locked into every single play.
That has got to be demoralizing for Grand Rapids. That many blocks, you can't pick up the point. Indy gives one right back with the service error.
And you just got to keep staying at it. You know, some of those blocks are going to fall, and Grand Rapids, what they're doing is not only getting stuffs, but they're getting positive touches on these.
Already leading 1-0. One block down. Grand Rapids block has really asserted itself.
And there's the second of this set and the 5th block overall just through this match. They're picking up right where they've left off for the past 3 matches, stifling up front.
Led the league last year in blocks, 3rd this season, but it's picked up over the last 6. Outblocked their opponent in 5 of the last 6 matches. From the back row, it's out. Off another swing from Member Meta, a fireball.
It's one of the first swings that we've seen from Member Meta in the back row so far. They haven't utilized her too much there. Watch for them to go to the back row attack more often.
She's up to 6 kills, hitting .375. Just into the second. Snyder turned away. On the back, it is Lund again. Second match back from a knee injury. Briggs Romine goes off Moeller.
It's a big back row swing from Briggs Romine. It's an in-system look. The ball's up at the top of the net. You have a middle going right in front of that big attack. Catches the left side a little off guard.
5th kill for Briggs Romine. And Moeller catches a piece. Oh no, she didn't. Point Grand Rapids.
Not quite sure what happened there. Talking about a net touch or pointing to the antenna. The ball was down the line, so maybe clipped the antenna right before it went on Grand Rapids side.
There was contact with something.
Yeah.
And Member Mena continuing to rack it up. 7 kills now as Indy tries to answer in set 2.
When Indy's been in system, Member Mena's been really difficult to stop because there's been a seam in the block and she is just ripping it straight down.
Indy still hitting just 180, unusually low for the Ignite. In system to Member Mena. Good luck with that.
That's the same look that Member Mena's been getting. This ball is up to the net, so it's an in-system, quick tempo set. Tuning it pushes it all the way out, but the middle can't close. There's not enough time.
that fast with that much power, you have no shot. Jensen out of the middle with the response. We're tied at 10.
Now we're back on this seesaw of teams really trading points. It's going to come down to who can really take control, maybe get 1, 3, 4 point run in there.
Indy had a couple of those in the first set. They just couldn't close it out. Lodazat sends it long. She started with 3 kills on 3 attacks. Missed her last 2. Snyder serving. Member Mena has the hot hand. It is out. Up to 9 kills.
Got to continue to feed Lekator Member Mena if she's going to have a night like this. That's already 7 kills just in this set alone.
Tuaninga knows her hitters. Everyone can see the body language for Member Mena and how in rhythm she is right now. Strong serve. Bridge Romine over the top. Scramble from Scott. Bridge Romine terminates. Grand Rapids has the lead.
We're just seeing big swing after big swing on both sides. First, it's Member Mena for Indy. This time, Briggs Romine taking a big rip through the seam in the block.
Former Western Kentucky Hilltopper caught her rhythm at the end of last year. That has carried into this season, leading the team in kills per set. Member Mena off the mark this time.
That time the connection just slightly off. This ball a little bit too fast. Remember, Mena's not able to get on top of it.
Lauren Bertolacci takes the timeout, clapping as Grand Rapids has taken a 2-point lead here in the second set, looking to advance the set lead, already up 1-0. Is it as simple as improve the passing to get back into control here for Indy?
Yeah, I mean, they're passing pretty well. They're hovering around 60% in system during this second set. The offense just hasn't really been able to connect incredibly well. Tuaninga needs to do a better job putting the ball and bettering it. And then also the attackers, if that ball isn't perfect, keep it on the floor.
And Indy hits it at a 246 clip. That's third in the league. Right now it's 167. And Grand Rapids, who's near the bottom of the league in hit percentage, is hitting 291. Playing last night up in Michigan has not affected Grand Rapids at all. Boda's out with a high reach.
You can see Mia Tuaninga trying to get the team pumped up a little bit, just get new energy out there. We do see a substitution. Cameron Hanna going in for Johnny Teeler on the right side, provides just a little bit bigger block. She's been really good offensively the last few weeks, filling in.
Yeah, had 12 kills. Best match of her season last week against Omaha. Over to Hanna, and it hits the floor.
Now the difference between Hanna and Teeler is this contact point. Look how high Cameron Hanna gets up on these balls. Even though it was a really fast set, she didn't even have time to hit that full extension, and she's still going over the block.
Her arm is just like a whip from that angle. Former national champion at Penn State. Reset for Turner, and Briggs Romine hits the antenna.
A little bit awkward on that timing. Blocks in a good spot. Just trying to press it back.
And 2 straight for Indy. Make it 3 straight out of the timeout. The back row, Snyder. Chase down Tuaninga. Nearly hit some fans, and the attack goes long.
Those are the balls that you just kind of got to get him in for. It's a chaotic situation happening on Indy's side. Just give a free ball over or an easy down ball and trust your defense.
There's been a couple of those tonight. Lund with the kill.
Really good look on Indy's side. It's an in-tempo set, meaning it's really fast. Out to the left pin, the middle nowhere to be found, so they're able to bury it, turn that right thumb down on a good angle.
Lund coming off 14 kills over the final 3 sets. An Indy's win over Omaha Sunday. Briggs Romine is starting to feel it.
Briggs Romine is looking really good on the outside. She's already got 5 kills just in this set alone. Cam Turner's making sure to get her going with tempo.
7 kills for the match, .308 hit percentage. And she's serving. Run the tip. Turn of the set. Snyder wide.
That connection just a little bit off. Snyder went a little bit too quick, got this ball a little bit too high above her.
We're close again. That's the way the first set was. Can Indy answer at home? Trying to keep their 6-match win streak alive. Lauren Bertolacci's team in a dogfight right now. Grand Rapids already up 1-0. Took it late against the Ignite. And the opening set, 16-15, Indy on top in set 2. Winning 6 straight at the top of the league standings, facing a rising Grand Rapids team. Snyder blocked down, keeps it up. Free ball, reaches. Lund with a push. Ignite up by 2.
I mean, what a play on Grand Rapids side. Morgan Hens flying out of nowhere to keep this ball alive. Indy's, though, able to capitalize on a free ball. Briggs Romine trying to do the splits to save that one.
Yeah, that looked uncomfortable. Quick set to Meyer, made the most of it. Scott was ready. And Lund tolling the block.
Indy's getting a lot more crafty in some of their shots. Because Grand Rapids' block has been so good, it's forcing Indy attackers to go to something else. Now they're trying to go off the block and out of bounds.
You've got the power of Membermena and Teeler. Lund provides a nice changeup. And Cameron Hanna will serve it away. And a line drive straight out of bounds, 18-16 Ignite. It was about this point when Grand Rapids started to go in set 1. Indy was up 19-14. Grand Rapids took it 25-23. Lund pounding off the block. Kayla Lund turning back to what she did last match.
That's a big side out for Indy, just to have this little bit of cushion here late in this set. Lund doing a really nice job using the block the last 2 points.
Alexis Shelton going down the line. Barely seen her today with a big point late in set 2.
And with Shelton in, she's playing on the left side, so that means she's going to be in the passing rotation. She's a massive passing target that Indy wants to exploit. And you saw right there, Briggs Romine stepping in front of her to make that play.
Lund had to wait for it, and it works.
Sometimes just that easy ball gets it done. Really high IQ play right there.
She knows it. She's smiling. She said she kind of reached that flow state last match where it felt like everything she did was working offensively, no more for her defense.
Well, that's awesome to see for a player that was out for a month with injury earlier on. Right when she came back, she has an awesome match. That's a great confidence booster.
Absolutely. Experience playing for Lauren Bertolacci back in Switzerland as well. Knows what to expect from the coach. Tight, Tuaninga sends it down. Perfect spot.
That was a crafty play from Tuaninga. There's 2 blockers up on her, knowing that she loves to dump in this situation. She uses her opposite hand that she's not used to and goes inside of it.
Pick that hangnail out of the way.
Gotta make sure the cuticles look good.
All good. Shelton tipping the dive. Remember Mena saving it. Free ball to Grand Rapids, down by 4. Shelton pushing. Anna once again. And it's in. Pinpoint from Lund.
Massive swing for Lund to put an exclamation point on that entire rally. There's a lot of chaos happening on both sides, a lot of tips, throws, not a pretty play. Lund finished it off.
There's something about the second set for Kayla Lund. She has 7 kills in set 2 alone.
It's so impressive what she's able to do, and I think even more impressive because she's coming off of the bench. Sometimes it's really difficult to have your arm warm, your legs warm, and be ready to go right away. That's been Kayla Lund all season, though. Anytime she's come in off the bench, she's been a massive difference maker for the Ignite in a multitude of ways. She's a great defender back there. She puts up libero-type numbers. Offensively, she's stable, she's efficient, and she's one of the best passers in the entire league.
And as physical as volleyball is, of course, there's a huge mental side to it. And Kayla Lund has talked about, I'm at my best when I'm just focused on helping my teammates, playing the cleaner upper role, as she put it. And that selfless mindset served her great last match, and it's working again today.
Yeah, Coach Bertolacci talks about how she's such an unsung hero of this team. There's many sets and matches that they don't win if Lund isn't on the floor.
Well, she has changed the match again here in set 2. Can Indy close it out this time? Any touch? No. Indy on top by 6.
Good decision to go to the middle there to try to open up the pins. Timing and angle just off.
Ignite in a much more comfortable position here in set 2. Muller serving. Little miscommunication. Ends up with Jensen.
Now this short serve right here is trying to actually take Jensen out of the hitting rotation. Trying to make her pass so she doesn't feel as comfortable to hit, but she gets the ball anyway.
3rd-year Grand Rapids player. Sends it to 18 for the rise. But that high swing from Hannah, and it gives set point to the Ignite. Back of a dig from Hentz. All the way over to Bridge. Romine, who sends it out. Indy responds in set 2.
That's the Indy team that we've seen over the past few weeks. Just come out maybe a little shaky to start, but then pull away in the second half of the set. It's so important to finish the second set well because you can't go down 0-2 there.
They dropped the first set against Omaha, rattled off 3 straight after that in their last win on Sunday. The Ignite going for a 7th consecutive win. Couldn't close it out in set 1. They do in set 2 behind Kayla Lund.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Incredible numbers from a pin attack.
Back row attack and kill. Leah Edmond calls. Dumped over by Kuaninga.
Diaz, Sophia Maldonado Diaz having an evening.
And she's got a whip of an arm.
Scramble from Venegas. Scott got to it somehow.
PBR scores. And what a set by Carlson.
Well, I'm Tongan. It's a small island in the South Pacific.
My parents, born and raised American Samoa.
More diversity on a team is just more learning and more growth.
No matter how far, we go to play our sport, no matter how far we go to do different things, that, this right here, our home, is something we always have to cater to and always have to come back to.
And it's cool because you get to see the similarities between each culture, between mine and Mia's versus, Z and Lek.
It's not just a sport, it's a calling. At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball, trusted by generations, built for champions.
You're watching Major League Volleyball, brought to you by Samsung TV Plus, the newest partner of Major League Volleyball. Indy hosting Grand Rapids. We are tied 1 set apiece as the Ignite go for a 7th straight win and Grand Rapids for a 3rd straight. More coverage coming up right after this from Fishers.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Back row attack and kill. Leah Edmond calls. Dumped over by Kuaninga.
Diaz, Sophia Maldonado Diaz having an evening.
And she's got a whip of an arm.
Scramble from Venegas. Scott got to it somehow.
PBR scores. And what a set by Carlson.
Well, I'm Tongan. It's a small island in the South Pacific.
My parents, born and raised American Samoa.
More diversity on a team is just more learning and more growth.
No matter how far, we go to play our sport, no matter how far we go to do different things, that, this right here, our home, is something we always have to cater to and always have to come back to.
And it's cool because you get to see the similarities between each culture, between mine and Mia's versus, Z and Lek.
It's not just a sport, it's a calling. At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball. Trusted by generations, built for champions.
Getting close to starting set 3 from the Fishers Event Center. Indy takes set 2, 25-18, and we are so glad to have you with us on YouTube and Samsung TV Plus. Jack Kaiser alongside Emily Eamon. You know, we talk about the depth for Indy and how that has been a huge factor for Indy all season, top of the league standings. Kayla Lund, Lekator member Mena, they step up in set 2.
It was so important to have people come in off the bench and really provide a spark. Kayla Lund was phenomenal, and really Lekator member Mena led the charge for Indy during that period. The outsides have done a really nice job beating the block inside. That's been a strength for Indy when they can get the tempo going, and we really saw it elevate the offense overall, especially Lekator member Mena on the outside. During set 2, she had 7 kills alongside Lund's 7 kills. When member Mena is going, it makes Indy's offense really difficult to stop because you get her going in the front row and the back row, and she's being big defensively as well, which was really massive for this team. Now on the flip side, you have a Grand Rapids team that's done a really nice job blocking throughout the last 3 matches, and they haven't let up at all. They've already got 5 through the first 2 sets of this one. Indy's done a better job adjusting to how high that block is. 2 of those blocks came really early on in the match, and they've done a better job since then. But Grand Rapids, they're going to continue to throw a big stifling presence up front to try to shut down Indy's really ultra-efficient offense.
We'll see if that block can return in set 3, but you said it, Indy got a little bit craftier as the match went along, especially in set 2. Most of the statistics outside of blocks, Indy has dominated so far. The difference in the match, Grand Rapids closed strong in set 1.
Yeah, really important for Grand Rapids just to get that slight advantage over Indy in the red zone. It's, you know, not about how you start the set, it's about how you finish it. In Grand Rapids' case, started slow set 1, finished that one really strong, but then it was all Indy in the second half of set 2 as they started out kind of neck and neck.
We'll see if the tight turnaround for Grand Rapids starts to take effect as this match moves along. Indy has certainly worked out of whatever rust might have been there early in the match after not playing for a week. But we talk about red zone. This league is so ridiculously competitive. That's really what it's going to come down to each set.
It really comes down to just a few points, and coaches are constantly trying to figure out how can this team just be 2 points better, even 1 point better, because that's the difference in a lot of these sets, and in turn a lot of these matches that are won by such tight margins.
And these fans have enjoyed what Lauren Bertolacci has brought in year 2, her first season as the head coach, taking over for George Padgett, who resigned to spend some more time with his family. But something that Bertolacci has brought to the table is that extra level of attention to detail in scouting. And Indy has taken that and run with it to 6 straight wins and a 12-2 record. A lot of smiles from Indy's side coming out of the locker room after the break after set 2. Alexa Shelton saw some action late in set 2. She will start set 3 at the service line. 4th overall pick in this past draft out of Oklahoma, and it's a service error.
And this is a situation where Grand Rapids now doesn't have their star or their leader, really that franchise player, Carly Snyder, out on the court. That's who Alexa Shelton is in for. So Grand Rapids is going to have to adjust and not have that go-to player out on the floor.
Grand Rapids coaching staff did tell us before the match they could have some different looking personnel due to the tight turnaround playing last night. They like their depth though, so does Indy. 3 service errors to start.
Yeah, not the cleanest start that we've ever seen to a match, or a set rather.
What did you say, gross in set 1?
That all was gross at what I just saw. Come on, girl. Get it in the court.
Let's see if member Mena can do it. 4 straight.
Yeah, I mean, that's tough. Look, you want to go for it, and especially when you have a topspin server, they get the green light to miss. That's okay, but
All right.
Here we go.
This is it. 4 straight service errors to start. And we got one in.
Barely.
Off the shoulder of Bodazat. And that goes off the shoulder of Grand Rapids. A funky start to set 3.
Kayla Lund is so crafty up there. Everything about this shot told you she was going cross court. She didn't even look at where she was attacking the ball. Took it down the line, off the block and out.
Second match back from injury, up to 8 kills for Lund now, off 14, a season high. This is tight, push, Hannah there, net shaking, point Grand Rapids.
Yeah, Cameron Hannah definitely under the net on that one.
Grand Rapids, the last time they came here, lost a couple of players. And another one down.
This is the look.
Leah Meyer.
That ball was just set too tight. Cameron Hannah fully under the net, just really awkward coming down on that leg of Meyer.
The left leg coming down. David Getzoff, Sammy Judah out there with Kathy George to look at Leah Meyer. So many different injuries, illnesses that Grand Rapids has had to deal with this year, and you just hate to see it. Meyer has yet to sit up.
And just as Grand Rapids was starting to get healthy, too. They had both of their opposites out at one point. Vermont Al-Hassan, their star middle, has been out. Leah Meyer trying to get up. She's been filling in beautifully over the last few weeks. She's been in the starting lineup all season, but has really blossomed over the last 2 weeks or so.
And she's not putting any weight on her left foot right now. Already without another middle, Ramat Al-Hassan. There she is. Could see more Hattie Bray, the rookie middle out of Marquette. Frustration for Meyer. You said it, she'd been playing so well recently. Her first pro season in the United States after 4 years overseas in France and Romania. The poor injury luck continues for Grand Rapids.
That'll bring Berkeley Oblad into the lineup. She was an all-star last year, but she's been dealing with injuries. She just got cleared a few weeks ago, but hasn't seen playing time.
See if she can shake off the rust and make an impact. Alexis Shelton with the kill. You hate to see injuries. Sometimes it can be a rallying point for a team within that match.
And that's just what all Grand Rapids can hope for right now in this kind of situation. They're playing with different players on the court that didn't start this match, and even Alonso Corseas filling in for Inna on the right side. So it's a team that's been dealing with injuries the last few weeks, and it's tough to see a player who's been their star for the past few weeks go down.
Going against a fully loaded Indy team on the road, top of the league. It is going to be a steep climb the rest of the way, despite the fact that Grand Rapids is tied 1 set apiece. Just from a personnel standpoint. First serve for Oblad since entering the match for Meyer. And a service error. And a choppy start to set 3, throwing the injury and several service errors.
Can we just restart this set?
Maybe.
Give a do-over, maybe? Mulligan? I don't know.
Maybe set 4 will be a little bit cleaner. Even just, some miscommunications. Everyone just looks a little bit off.
And sometimes when you have those missed serves, it kind of creates this sort of tension when you're back there, because you really just want to get the ball in, because so many have missed. And with the injury, that creates even more tension. Blake Bowler is clearly not feeling any of that.
I was going to say, that was about as rhythmic as we've seen all night.
And Muller hasn't been the most efficient tonight so far. That was a point that Indy really needed to, again, establish that middle threat.
Muller's been efficient on the season, though. 358, that's 3rd in the MLV. Not the case so far. Diving down Lund. And not able to be saved by member Mena.
Really good scoop by Lund in the back row. Just doesn't get it high enough. Awesome swing on the Rise's side.
Sends Shelton back to the service line. Another back and forth set. Long set, joust, and easily sent down by Jensen and Alonso Cortez.
Great disciplined block up front from Grand Rapids. This second contact way too tight to the net. It's a trap set. That's an easy put down for the Rise.
Service errors continue to mount. Indy trailing by 1.
About 7 service errors already through the first 14 points.
I mean, it's been almost comical at this point. How many can we get in set 3?
Yeah, it might just be who can get the ball on the floor who wins this set.
Jensen blocked. And Indy comes up with a point to even it at 8.
That's a great serve from Tuaninga. She keeps it at pace, but she also places it really well between the passers. You'll see Indy continuing to target Shelton while she's back there. Right now, she's in right back.
Right at her. Pretty good serve receive. Blocked down. Hannah and Bodazat.
They're continuing to target Shelton on these serves. She started off the match when she entered. Very good passes, but on the season has not been a consistent passer for them.
At her once again. Up high on Tuaninga, somehow landed in. Out of the back row, Shelton finds net. Indy on a run.
Doesn't matter how you get the ball up, you just got to get it up. Tuaninga using a shoulder on that one.
She'll take the bruise up high and continuing to serve. Locked out of the middle, Pancake saves it. And finally, Jensen able to stop the Indy surge.
This is what Grand Rapids does best. They are so physical up at the net. They win so many of those 50-50 plays on top of it.
And just a bit long, the 8th service error of the set. And that speaks also to Kathy George's coaching. You know, they've run through a couple of great middles in Ali Bastianelli and also Ramat Al-Hassan, who's now injured. Now you've got Meyer injured as of this match, and they continue to get it done. Other players like Alyssa Jensen, who's been a staple, but the coaching and some of the others continuing to step up in the block department. And Meyer still being attended to. Tooling the block, it's Hannah.
Strong swing from Cameron Hannah there. She identifies the block not turned quite back into the court, so she's able to use the hands and go off of it.
Right off the side of Briggs Romine. Downhill and in. Briggs Romine, when she is in system like that, is lethal.
Especially when Briggs Romine is going back to this bread and butter shot. She's going to the opposite corner. It's a really difficult shot to defend because you're almost always going between the 2 defenders back there.
The Ortonville, Michigan native with the serve. Pinballing back to Grand Rapids. Back set push. Tuaninga choosing Hannah over the top. Race for it, and it's down on Grand Rapids side.
The difference in this set has really been Indy's ability to calm the chaos. When Grand Rapids is in a chaotic situation, they aren't bettering the ball, whereas Indy is finding ways out of it.
And that would be a big test for Indy tonight. We knew that coming in because of how scrappy Grand Rapids has been defensively. And the kill goes in for Grand Rapids and Oblad.
Great kill. Oblad, again, just getting her really first playing time of the season. Filling into a big position.
Tuaninga timing it beautifully.
Really smart decision for Tuaninga. Goes up, doesn't dump often, but this was a perfect time to do so because the ball is tight, the blocker's there, but not quite ready to go over.
Joust. Bump set from Hentz. Shelton off the top of the block.
Alexa Shelton has such a high contact point, especially in these rotations. She's able to really use that right side block well to Ininga, who's a bit shorter of a blocker.
You can see the flashes of the talent, why she was the 4th overall pick in this past draft. Can remember Mena find her rhythm again. And quiet in set 3. Grand Rapids tying it at 14 here in the 3rd.
There's another big swing from Cameron Hand on the outside, or Shelton rather.
She made a big impact last week at Orlando. 5 kills in the final set of a 4-set win. Pushing down, Hentz is there. Point Indy.
Just again, that physical presence up front. Indy now does a great job trying to match that with power. Like to remember, Mena has been doing it all night long. Now watch Indy to continue to try to serve Shelton. She's in left back right now, number 21.
You were on it, but Briggs Romine steps in front. And Bodazat turns it right back.
It's a massive read for the middle there with Bodazat. It's a perfect pass situation. Bodazat commits with the middle attack, meaning anywhere that ball was going to be set, she was going up with the middle and read it incredibly well.
Playing for the first time in about a month, Bodazat has had some nice moments tonight. Indy all even with Grand Rapids, 1 set apiece. You're watching Indy Ignite Volleyball, brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company, and by Samsung TV Plus, the newest partner of Major League Volleyball. Again, the fan experience that's been developed over a season and a half for the Indy Ignite, it has been off the charts. And we'll see if these Ignite fans can help power Indy to a 7th straight win. We're in a tough match right now against Grand Rapids, playing short-handed, short rest. But Indy has started to find a bit of a rhythm midway through set 3. Serve from Blake Muller. To Ininga, up to member Mena, and it's long.
Indy players asking for a touch call, but they don't use it. Bertolacci says, no, I don't think there's a touch on that one.
Play on. Get 1 challenge per set. You win it, you keep it. And Grand Rapids responding again out of the timeout. The resilience of this team through everything we just mentioned, and just in this match alone, it's been pretty impressive.
And this is a lot of what we saw during set 1, where Grand Rapids was behind and he took a lead, and then their serving started to slowly get them back into it.
Bodazat continues to roll out of the middle.
That happens with a really good pass. Lund nails it, and they're allowed to get the middle going here.
Season high 6 kills now for Bodazat in her first season playing in the United States. Bray denied. Hentz. And point Indy. Too many touches.
Impressive that Hentz even got a hand on that one. I mean, she just comes flying from anywhere.
That's the thing about Morgan Hentz. No play's ever dead.
No, you call it Hentzville for a reason. She can get to anything.
3-time national champ at Stanford. Bodozat finds the perfect spot.
That's a big play from Bodozat right now. Now Indy has a bit of a cushion entering the red zone as they near point 20. Great job forcing that overpass, and she takes care of it well.
You could just see her scanning right before the touch, and you can't teach 6'6". Didn't even have to jump. All right, red zone time just about 1 point away. Lauren Bertolacci emphasizing something to her team. What are you looking for over the final handful of points here?
I think because Indy has a bit of a cushion right now, they can play aggressive, but they've also played aggressive all match long. I think, you know, based on the hand motion that we saw Coach Bertolacci doing, let's see some big swings. You know, go take big rips out there. We've seen it from Member Mena all match long. Cameron Hanna has stepped in and provided that pop as well, but just continuing to stay aggressive because Grand Rapids finds a way to come back in every set if you give them the opportunity.
Saw that in set 1, including those numbers from set 1 and set 2. Indy plus 23 on the season in the red zone, Grand Rapids -6. Big reason why Indy is a league best 12-2 this year. A rocket from Tuaninga and a dance to pay it off.
That's also where the aggressive play comes into play. You want to be aggressive from the end line, especially with a top spin server like Tuaninga, who places that one perfectly on Shelton.
Briggs Romine had to adjust. Back set, Member Mena boomeranging Tuaninga. Member Mena once again. Popped up by Turner. Briggs Romine. Bounce off the tape and out.
There's too many errors for Grand Rapids right now late. At this point, they have to keep the ball on the floor.
Playing in these intense, wearing sets. We circle back to the 22-hour turnaround, getting in at 3 a.m. for Grand Rapids last night after playing a home match. And a service error makes it a 4-point set.
And that was a good substitution taken from Kathy George, putting Snyder back into the lineup. Maybe she's not having a great offensive day, but she's good passing.
And ultimately, she's your go-to.
Yeah.
Top attack target over the last couple of years.
Well, yeah, and late in sets, you want her in the match, because even if she's not having the greatest set or greatest match, you know that she's going to provide in the red zone.
Calm veteran presence, Member Mena is as well.
Sometimes it doesn't have to be all power. Great out-of-system situation. Member Mena just puts it right in the middle of all of them, especially with Hens out of the court. You have a middle playing back row there.
Yeah, got to take advantage with Hens off the floor. Member Mena with 11 kills to lead the Ignite. Taylor Landfair serving for the first time tonight. Rookie out of Nebraska. Back set. Alonso Cortez had it dug. Hannah rejected. Tuaninga there. Off the push. Turner setting. Line drive. Point Indy.
Indy just playing really good defense there. The block's in a good spot. That allows the backcourt to read around it. Landfair made a big defensive play.
This is a similar close from set 2, isn't it? Pretty tight the whole way. Indy pulling away late. Scott somehow got underneath that. Joust is down. Lund with a flex, and it's set point for Indy.
Lund knew that happened. You could kind of tell in her face. She was flexing, but not really committed to it.
And they switch it to Grand Rapids. Didn't get the full flex. And an ace to keep Grand Rapids alive, 23-19.
It's a really good serve from Alonso Cortez here. Going right between the seam of Lund and Scott.
Alonso Cortez once again. Up for Hannah. Bouncing down. Somehow stayed in. And Grand Rapids finds the line, 23-20 from Snyder.
Yeah, I think that was a question of whether that ball actually hit the antenna. You can't take that challenge with you, so you might as well use it in the set.
Let's see. This is the finish.
It's a great finish from Snyder in the backcourt.
earlier in the rally. Looked like the ball might have hit the antenna.
Here's a look at it.
Off the block, and I don't know.
Difficult to tell from that angle, but
I don't think it did.
they're looking at a lot more angles than we're seeing. Is there, obviously this one we're not going to be able to tell.
22 HD cameras to help with situations like these.
Yeah, they feel good about this call. They'll make the right one.
Yeah. Our referees, Stephanie McCarty and Brianna Spain. Score holds 23-20. As Grand Rapids have one final push. Not clean on the receive. Lund flying. It's the net. It is a 2-point set.
All of a sudden, Grand Rapids again opens that door just a little bit more. Lonzo Corteas on a great serving run right now.
You turn it back, it looked like Indy was going to go up 24-17. Violation pulls Grand Rapids, gives them a little bit of momentum. And Hannah stops it. Much needed for Indy.
Big swing for Cameron Hannah right now. Brings up set point, and Bodazat a middle on the back line. Watch a sneaky play from Grand Rapids with the middle playing back row.
Lund the punch. And Lund can't do it again. Grand Rapids still in it.
Grand Rapids is just playing feisty and gritty right now. They are not allowing Indy to take this set easily.
Helpful bounce off the tape. Can Indy close it out here? Hence flew in for it. Got the whistle, point Indy. That'll close set 3.
Great defensive plays over on Grand Rapids' side, but it's not enough there.
Kathy George asking about the call. And it will be reviewed. Ruled a net fault to give Indy the win in set 3, and of course Grand Rapids is going to challenge.
Yeah, I mean, you get one challenge a set, you might as well use it at the end if you even think that you have a chance. Again, hair does not count.
Was it hair or the
Yeah,
shoulder?
the hair or the shoulder is the question. Yeah, definitely the shoulder.
Yep.
Close though.
Official. Indy wins set 3. Grand Rapids scrappy again. But it is the Ignite with 2 consecutive set victories as they go for a 7th straight win overall, leading the MLV.
The 2026 MLV All-Star Match is coming to Orlando. The brightest stars in Major League Volleyball will compete in Edition Financial Arena Saturday, March 28th, live on CBS. Tickets available now at provolleyball.com.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
Well, I'm Tongan. It's a small island in the South Pacific.
My parents, born and raised American Samoa.
More diversity on a team is just more learning and more growth.
No matter how far, we go to play our sport, no matter how far we go to do different things, that, this right here, our home, is something we always have to cater to and always have to come back to.
And it's cool because you get to see the similarities between each culture, between mine and Mia's versus, Z and Lek.
You've got to get off the couch, off the phone, and join thousands of other screaming fans for a nail-biting, heart-pounding, in-person experience you have to see to believe. It's the NCAA D1 Women's Volleyball Championship. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
Van Andel Arena is the site, and it's time once again for Grand Rapids Rise Volleyball.
got to measure this kid's standing reach. That's impressive. These guys are fired up. Indy with 2 consecutive set wins. These are usual here at the Fishers Event Center. Indy's #1 supporter. He's liking what he's seeing this year. 12-2 for the Ignite, top of the MLB by 3 in the loss column over Dallas, and Indy's beaten Dallas a couple of times this year. Very difficult to beat at home. The only loss for Indy, their home opener against Omaha. They've rattled off 6 straight at home since then, 6 straight overall on the season. Since set 1, when Grand Rapids closed it, what's been the main theme that you've seen shift Indy's way, Emily?
Indy's just been better late in sets. We saw Grand Rapids have that push late in set 1 to close it out after Indy had been leading pretty much the whole time. But sets 2 and sets 3, Indy was able to pull away in the second half of the set and then really finish it. That was important.
Yeah, sets 2 and 3, both 15-14 Indy. And then the Ignite closed it out.
I think Indy's also doing a better job offensively. We saw quite a few blocks on Grand Rapids' side early on in the match, but the attackers for the Ignite have adjusted well. They're throwing in more tips and off speeds, getting craftier, but then also going back to that power and swinging hard when it's there.
And you had the big run from Mena and Lund in the second set as well, but you've got Boduzai with 7 kills on 9 swings. 8 from Lund, got some balance. Moeller, Thielen, both with 4, De Beer with 3 as well. The depth showing off for Indy tonight. Briggs Romine out in the back row to start it for Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids is going to need some kind of player to really go off, and Briggs Romine has been that for this team throughout the season. They aren't playing with Carly Snyder. They do have Alexa Shelton back in the front court, so it's probably up to Briggs Romine if they want to come out with a win to have a really good set.
Push from Hannah. She's tooled the block well tonight. And also to remind viewers just tuning in, we've got Leah Meyer out with injury, injured this match. Ramat Al-Hassan has missed the last few matches. So Grand Rapids thin in the middle, coming off 22 hours of rest. We'll see if the Rise can somehow pull it out. Shelton blocked. Block from Indy, punch back to an Inga down. Set from Scott. Diving it was Briggs Romine. Turner racing. Shelton swinging. Lund block. Scott there. Off the shoulder of Tuaninga again. Second time she's done it. Off the block and out. A tremendous rally. Grand Rapids wins it.
The defense on both sides was fantastic. You got the shoulder up for Tuaninga in the back row for Indy, but then Briggs Romine laying out for one that I think went unnoticed early on in the rally to keep it alive for the Rise and result in the point eventually.
Briggs Romine is awesome defensively. Very consistent passer. She had 23 digs in 4 sets at Orlando last week.
Well, her all-around game is phenomenal. She's the #1 passer in the league. She's so good in ball control-wise. When you look at her stats, 3.6 kills per set on average and 3.6 digs per set, which is a libero type of number, and she's in the back row half as often.
Yeah, she's an outside and putting up libero type numbers in digs. It is absurd. Good start here in the 4th for Grand Rapids. And Lund got it.
Lund has been really heating up as this match has gone on. She entered the match early on, coming in off the bench, really provided a spark that Indy needed.
That's what she can do. 9 kills, and as the season moves along, expect to see a lot more Kayla Lund. A little miscommunication there with Lund and Tuaninga.
And that's not something you often see on Indy's side. 2 players just looking at each other with the ball falling between them. Here's a perfect example, right to the middle of the players, just caught looking at each other, Lund and Tuaninga.
Mena with force. Maybe that gets her going. Up to 12 kills, still leading the Ignite.
Great back row swing. Lekator Mena has a one-on-one, rips it back to the left.
Tight push from Bray. Lund going cross court, hence the dig. Joust, down, punch. Free ball from Hentz. Back set Muller, and blocked by Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids starting to find that spark again. The defense definitely picking up. That backcourt defense fueling the front court defense here.
Again, the Rise have had to lean into their defense with some offensive deficiency this year. It's paid off the last couple of matches with wins, going for a third straight tonight. Lund is blocked once again. And point to the Ignite. A net was called. Got the jump from Turner. Point to the Rise.
Such a smart play from Cam Turner. She hasn't been too offensive tonight. Great opportunity to do so. Up and a really sneaky ball behind her head.
Yeah, hasn't been very efficient with it either. 0.95 on the season. Well timed there. Off the roll. Hens will set it this time. And off the top it falls for Briggs Romine.
Briggs Romine continuing to have a big night. Trying to will Grand Rapids out of this hole, down 2-1 in this match.
12 kills for Briggs Romine. Again, didn't play in the first match against Indy due to the flu. Member Mena chips the block.
Really strong, confident swing from Member Mena. Going back to power, but being a little bit more tactical with it this time. Swinging high and going for the opposite corner.
Back set to Alonso Cortheas, and that's out.
Oh, just right out. I mean, it doesn't get closer than that.
I swore it was in
I
first.
thought so too. Wow.
Heck of a swing. Another joust. And a little bit too far over the net from Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids had that little bit of a cushion early on in the set. Now Indy right back in it.
That's kind of been the theme tonight. Very back and forth until we get into the upper teens, and then Indy's pulled away the last two. Off the dive from Lund, off the antenna, point Rise.
Briggs Romine continuing to have a big night up front. Now that she moves in the back row, watch for Turner to get her going back there as well.
Line drive straight out of bounds, 8 apiece. We'll see if that's where the Rise go when they get the ball here. Tuaninga. And that's out. Back to our service error woes of the third.
Yeah, 10 missed serves during that third set. It kind of felt like we were watching a men's match.
Yeah. Jensen serving this time. And Hannah has the kill.
Indy's offense continues to stay balanced and lethal and efficient. That's what makes them so tough to stop, is you never know who's going to get the ball. They can really punch you from all over the court.
Seen different players step up throughout the night, including Member Mena. Got a block. Bodazat and Hannah combining for it.
Bodazat is having a phenomenal match,
Yeah.
considering this is her first start in almost a month. She's hitting almost 700 with 7 kills and has already put up 3 blocks.
Played 4 matches all year. Bunch of experience overseas. Her first in this league, though. Best match of the season for her. And could not send it back that time.
Grand Rapids continuing to answer. That's exactly what they have to do. Since they let Indy back in this set, they have to now match that and make sure that at the end, they're the ones that pull away in the red zone like they did in set 1.
Back set. Hannah, cross court. Point Indy.
A lot of sets going to the right side, Cam Hannah's way. Look at the elevation that she gets here. Beautiful set from Tuoninga. She gets that full extension and cuts it right back in.
She knows about pressure points going back to the national championship when she won it on the final point for Penn State 2 years ago. And Bray goes long.
And a little bit awkward on the timing there. Again, Hattie Bray is not a player that oftentimes sees the court in this position. Normally kind of in a serving sub role for Grand Rapids, but with an injury to Leah Meyer, she's inserted into the lineup and expected to pick up where Meyer left off.
Bray once again got the block. And that is out from Hannah.
Good job defensively for Grand Rapids, sticking in that play. That was a difficult block to get, but good coverage for the Rise.
Can they scrap their way to a 4th set win, trailing 2-1? Short rest, undermanned. Member Mena once again, out of the back row.
Massive swing from the back row for Member Mena. This is something that's gotten better as this match has gone on. Didn't see a lot of sets on the Bic early on, now more and more.
I would not like to be in front of that swing. Scott got the dive. Hannah hustling. Free ball from Moeller. Hustle defensively for Indy. Briggs Romine. Off the side of the block from Lund.
Lund doing what she does best, going right off the block and out of bounds. The vision that she has is so incredible, the way she's able to see the block and go right off of it.
Those are such momentum building points as well with the defensive effort earlier in the rally. Overpass. Lund hammers it home.
The spark that Kayla Lund provides off the bench does not get talked about enough for this Indy team. She really is the unsung hero. In any situation, head coach Lauren Bertolacci knows she can throw Lund in. She's going to have a big impact. She's going to put up good numbers and provide a lot of calm and stability out on the court.
Her kill percentage, along with Member Mena, over 40% so far tonight. That is very strong. And Briggs Romine got the touch. Grand Rapids trying to hang in.
And now Grand Rapids cutting that 4-point lead into a 3-point lead. They're going to need a big service run if they want to catch back up. It's getting late in this match.
Yeah, it feels like this is go time now for Grand Rapids. Got to do it here. Lund denied. Grand Rapids block showing up at the right time.
When you need a high momentum play, a block is the perfect thing that's going to do that. Get the team just injected with energy, especially when it comes from your 5'8" setter.
Absolutely. Just circle back to what you said right off the top. Cam Turner plays bigger than 5'8". Break. Hack of a dig from Alonso Cortez, the rookie. And off the block. Grand Rapids just won't go away.
And everything right now is Paige Briggs Romine. She's doing a phenomenal job on the outside. That's 5 kills in the 4th set.
Former 5th overall pick out of Western Kentucky, thriving in her 3rd year in the league. Answer from Moeller for Indy.
Indy just continues to find an answer anytime Grand Rapids has put pressure on them late in this match.
This is where Indy has pulled away over the last 2 sets, on the verge of a 7th straight win. You're watching Indy Ignite Volleyball and Waving Fans, brought to you by Samsung TV Plus, the newest partner of Major League Volleyball. It has been awesome entertainment for these guys all season. Indy 12-2 on the year.
Hey, Dad.
Trying to blow a kiss on this match and close it out. Johnny Teeler, Anna DeBeer, two of the stars for this team, really haven't even done much this match. It has been Lund and Member Mena stepping up.
Yeah, well, it's been really impressive to see different players come in and step up. Of course, Lund coming in off the bench for DeBeer, who was hitting negative at that point. But then you also have a player like Cameron Hanna stepping in for Johnny Teeler, who is struggling a bit defensively.
Off the dig from Scott. Set up for Member Mena. Turner going across the way. Snyder the tip. And Scott couldn't reach it.
Really high IQ play from Carly Snyder. When you have three blockers up as a back row attacker, that means that no one's covering the short balls. And the back row is expected to cover all of them.
There's a poise that comes with the experience of Snyder internationally. #1 attack target for Grand Rapids over the last couple of years. And there's Hanna with the answer.
The back row attack on Indy's side to get it done. This was a beautifully set ball by Tuaninga, leading Hanna enough to where she had all momentum going into that swing.
Out of the middle, Jensen sends it in, 17-16.
Grand Rapids continuing to fight back anytime Indy's able to get a side out. Has to happen right now, too.
Short from Briggs Romine. Back set, Hanna. The dig from Turner. A bump set to Snyder. Off the reach from Lund. Member Mena, change up, popped up. Snyder across the way, dig for Scott. Right back to Member Mena. Boomerangs to Scott. Setting Hanna once again, dig for Hentz. Spectacular. In the middle, Jensen, diving Scott. Bonazat denied. Member Mena blocked down. Chasing Lund. Free ball back. Snyder terminates. Unreal rally.
This is exactly what you want in professional volleyball. The defense has been insane. Good up after good up. Grand Rapids is able to capitalize, though, off of a free ball.
That was ridiculous.
It's just so much fun when you have defense like that on both sides, but that's what you get when you have two of the best liberos in the league going at it.
Scott Hentz, awesome tonight. Near ace for Grand Rapids. Jensen sideways swing. Here comes Member Mena. It's out. Indy back in front.
This is the point in the last two sets that Indy was really able to extend their lead and push in the red zone. Grand Rapids has to have learned from that over the last two and find a way to fight back here.
Against the top team in the league. Off 22 hours rest. Can Grand Rapids hang in? Off the block and out. Alonso Cortez makes a play. Game late tonight. Snyder across the way. In system, Hanna waited for it. Dive from Hentz. She did it again. Middle Bonazat to Tuaninga. Block from Indy.
Indy won this rally because they were calm. Anytime the ball was up at all, they found a way to get a hand under it and then relied heavily on that defense.
Bonazat, not playing in a month, has been a monster tonight. Cross court from Alonso Cortez.
What a match Alonso Cortez is having. Finding ways to get kills late in this is really important for her development as a player, as a rookie.
She barely played this year.
Yeah.
Until tonight. All the injuries, the short turnaround, getting a chance and performing well. Big swing for Lund. 2-point Indy lead.
And that 2-point lead feels like a big cushion right now for the Ignite. They're in the red zone. They're nearing in on this match. Now it's just about staying consistent. Following the scouting report, and right here, Shelton will go back in for Snyder. She's in the passing lineup. Expect Indy to target her.
Is a middle serving and Bodazat. Miss Shelton. Over to Shelton. Cross court, it is out. Indy up by 3 and sniffing a 7th straight win.
That was a really good take on the pass from Briggs Romine, because that ball was a bullet coming from Bodazat.
And a timeout for Grand Rapids. Indy 3 points away from continuing its winning streak. Even if Grand Rapids can't flip the score here and force a 5th, the effort's been really impressive for Kathy George's team.
Oh, it's been incredibly impressive. The way that Grand Rapids has been able to have this turnaround from playing last night, getting a great win over Omaha, getting in at 3 a.m., coming in, doing a serve and pass the next day, and playing the best team in the league this tight is really impressive, especially considering that they don't have a lot of their starters in the lineup right now. They had another player go down with injury earlier on in the last set. The way this team has been able to rally has been really, really incredible.
You can see the uptick for Grand Rapids, even with the injuries over the last couple of weeks. They're going for a 3rd straight win tonight. Even with the injury to Maya, scrapping late against the top team in the league, but Indy is close. Back row, Briggs Romine. Lund reaching high, pinballing back. In the middle, Moeller. Hence got to it. Back set. Off the block from Alonso Cortheas.
That point happened because of incredible defense for Grand Rapids. Morgan Hens came flying in to save a ball, then they were able to transition more plays.
With the timing of those plays, it doesn't feel like Indy has 10 more digs than Grand Rapids tonight, but that is the case. Indy can beat you in a lot of different ways, and they have shown that tonight. We'll see if they can close it out. Whistle blows. Point Indy.
And that's a really tough break for Grand Rapids, because Kendall Alonso Cortheas made a perfect play on that ball.
Sliding Bray, and it's out. A lot to ask of Bray in that situation. Match point for the Ignite. It is out, and Indy wins its 7th straight.
Even with having a week off, this is still the same exact Indy Ignite team that we've seen all season long. It doesn't matter if they've had a short turnaround or a long turnaround between matches. They're so consistent, and a lot of that is because they have such a deep bench. Coach Bertolacci knows that she can go to anybody in her lineup, anyone on her bench, and feel confident. The perfect example of that is bringing Kayla Lund in off the bench and having the night that she had with 13 kills and 5 digs. Alexandra Bodazat also coming off 4 blocks and hit nearly 600. It's that kind of depth, which is one of the reasons why Indy is one of the best teams in the league, or the best team in the league, because they know they can rely on everybody top to bottom.
This league is so competitive, you don't see win streaks like this very often. With the depth you talked about, the roster construction, and just the way that they've found a rhythm, even with some injuries mixed in there. Under first-year head coach Lauren Bertolacci, it just seems like Indy could roll throughout this season.
It's made this run so much more impressive for Indy because of that parity that you mentioned. But also, you know, we see even with throughout this season, teams have gone on win streaks and losing streaks and had big turnarounds. it just makes this winning streak more impressive that it's this long because of the parity and how good the bottom of the league was and how good they look now.
Also keep in mind, Lauren Bertolacci has won a lot of championships in her previous experience going back to Europe. She knows what it takes to manage this length of a season, how to push the right buttons, and it seems like it is working perfectly so far. Johnny Teeler returning from injury tonight. Didn't see a ton of time late. It's great to have her back, but Indy can turn to more players than the All-Star Teeler. They've got Lecator member Mena, who missed the second half of last year with injury and is starting to pick up her rhythm once again. Also a certain looseness and joy that this team is playing with too.
They're just so fun to watch. Obviously it helps and it's really fun when you're winning. It's easy for a team to be excited, but man, I mean, when things are going well, there is no team that's more fun to watch because of their celebrations, the high energy, and just the big personalities on the team.
Of course, you've got Lecator member Mena showing her personality here, but you turn to the setter position as well with Tuaninga and the swagger, the fire that she brings. It has been fantastic. We're working on bringing in Kayla Lund right now, one of those weapons for Indy. And here she is. All right, Kayla Lund joining us. Kayla, another awesome match for you, 2 in a row. What was working for you personally tonight when you entered the match?
Oh man, good question. You know, today we were a little bit undisciplined, honestly. In all aspects, myself included, and so that sometimes that happens, and it's going to be how can you figure out how to win in the ugly, and we got to be gritty. And so coming in, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring some joy and just figuring out how to play through a little bit of ugliness and fight a little bit there, and I think we did a good job playing through how we came in feeling today.
Kayla, having that week off, how was this team able to find rhythm throughout the match? How did you see it play out?
Yeah, I think it actually took us a little bit too long to get going and feeling good, and maybe that strand of some off days in there, maybe we got a little comfy. No, but we appreciated any off days and any strand without some games to recover. But, you know, it took us a little bit to get going, but we got to figure out sometimes you got to win when you're not feeling good, when you're not playing good, and that's what we did there.
And maybe it's what you just said, winning when you aren't playing well, but what is it about the consistency of this team that's led to 7 straight wins now?
Yeah, I mean, you see the depth in our roster. We can throw out anybody in there, and we're really confident in them. We feel so good about our group. This is like the most group-focused group I have ever been a part of. We are 15 strong every single day, and I think that really you get to see that highlighted in games like today.
Having players like yourself, like Bodazak, come in off of the bench and get a start, what does that provide for this team later on in the season?
Yeah, this is a long season. It's a lot of games. It's a grind, and so being able to give some of our main players a little bit of extra rest, a little bit of a breather is really important, and then we have that confidence that no matter who's out there, we can get the job done.
Kayla, appreciate the time. Great match tonight.
Thank you, guys. Go Indy.
Bring in Pepper, why don't you? 7th straight win for Indy. Mia Tuaninga leading the offense, and after a shaky close to set 1, Indy certainly found its rhythm. Don't worry about the service errors. It's all about the aggressive serving. They were able to get the rise out of system enough tonight, and you look at the digs, 61 of them tonight, +9 against Grand Rapids. They brought a lot of fight defensively.
It was really impressive to see what Indy was able to do, not just on the offensive side, but really defensively, something that doesn't get talked about enough for a team that leads the league in opponent hit percentage. They do it night in and night out, and they showed it again, holding Grand Rapids to a 177 hitting efficiency tonight.
Strong effort for Grand Rapids. Not able to get it done. Undermanned, short rest. Indy on a full week of rest wins its 7th consecutive match. 15 kills for Lecator member Mena to lead the way. 17 digs for Elena Scott. Indy is rolling atop the MLV. Appreciate you watching on YouTube and Samsung TV Plus. For Emily Eamon, our producer Rachel Henderson, and our entire crew, I'm Jack Kaiser saying so long from Indy. The Ignite winning it 4.
Club.